Hey guys, okay, so in this video we're going to be working on getting our splits and just doing a few exercises that will help us get our splits. So just move along. You can use, if you have a gymnastics mat, you can fold it up, or if you have yoga blocks, you can stack them up, or if you have just anything basically that you can stand on that's durable enough for it to carry your weight, that's perfect. So the first thing we're going to do is some hamstring stretches. Yeah, so you guys sit on the edge of the mat. Yeah, just like this. Okay? Then you're gonna reach forward. You're gonna try and put your hands on the floor. Tips of your toe or tips of your fingers or anything is fine. So all the way over. Good. And you won't get there. And then what we'll do is we are going to bend your knees, and as you bend your knees, you'll feel your hands get closer to the floor. Try to reach them a little closer. Now try to keep your hands where they are and stretch your legs. And again. Bend your knees, try to get your hands a little closer to the floor. Try to leave your hands where they are and stretch your legs. So by doing this on a ledge, try it again. Bend your knees, reach closer. By doing this, it's forcing you guys to keep your weight in the balls of your feet, which is what you want for hamstrings and calves. And stretch. Get your hands past that mat. Get your hands and bend your knees one more time. And stretch. Okay, we're gonna hold it for 10. Keep your legs straight. Try to get your fingers as low towards the floor as you can. 9, 8, reach past the mat. 7, good. 6, reach past the mat. 5, further. 4, further. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. A lot of kids like to send their sits bones backwards and be on their heels, and then that's not really deeply stretching your hamstrings. So you want to keep the weight forward. So by having to reach past something, it keeps you working in those hamstrings, yeah? Clearly we have some tight hamstrings here. So we'll work on those. All right, next thing we're going to do is we're going to stretch. So that was basically, the hamstrings are what gets stretched in the front split, in the front leg, yeah? So that's what that stretch is for. Now we're going to work on the back leg of your split. So each of you, using you'll put your right leg up, you'll put your left leg up. They're going to face, putting their foot up, hands go on the mat, finding a runner's lunge with your back leg super straight. Come on this side for me, Sawyer, because you guys are not. Come, Sawyer, come on this side. There you go. No, you were right, Megan. So hands down. On the mat. Again, your hands can be, or your foot can be on yoga block, it could be on a folded up mat, it could be on an ottoman, whatever. So now this stretch is primarily for the back leg, yeah? The back hip flexor. So try to keep your weight, see how your knee is behind your ankle? Yeah, so you may have to walk this foot forward a little bit. There you go, or walk that foot back, whichever. So front knee is right on top of the ankle. Front knee is right on top of the ankle. Back heel is trying to stay up. And your back leg is super straight. So you should be feeling a stretch in the back hip flexor, the front of your back leg. This is what your back leg should feel like when you do a front split, yeah? So the back leg of your split is getting stretched in the front of it through that hip flexor, and the front leg is your hamstring, which is what we stretched in the previous stretch, yeah? So keep your legs super straight, back leg super straight. Now, we're just gonna push it down for 10. I like active stretching. I think it's both important. Active and stationary, so we're going to be active for a second. So you're going to keep your legs straight and try to drop your hips down for 10. Push it down and stretch. Go 9, go 8, go 7, go 6, legs straight, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Gently come out of that stretch. Not bad. Good. Now, staying with that same leg in the back, and you can do these in sequence where you're not taking breaks. You would lower your back knee, stretch your front leg, keep your hips nice and square, and stretch that front hamstring one more time. Yeah, so your front leg is now perfectly straight. Yep, yep, just like that. So Sawyer, do it with your left leg, since that's what you just did. Now, your right butt cheek, your front butt cheek is going forward. Don't let it. Stretching is a time to be super humble and not cheat. You want to stretch correctly. It's not a time to show off. It's a time to really get your body alignment correct, yeah? Stretch that front leg. You can keep your hands on the mat just for stability. Good. Now, do you see how both of them are rounding their backs? Good. Keep pulling that hip back. This way. There you go. There you go. You feel the difference? So now, as they keep their hips still, which is super tricky, okay, because you're looking at their bottom, if you see it kind of twisting or dropping, you want it to be level. Okay, so now as they do that, it would be really good if they could send their bottom backwards and try to stretch out their spine. They'll get a deep stretch in that front hamstring. Again, this is for the front leg of your front split. Good. Okay, so now, leaving the heel where it is, keeping the leg straight, now they're gonna stretch their back leg out away from them and try to find that front split. So their hands will drop down to the floor. Their back leg needs to straighten. Good, good. Now it's really important in their splits. Good, you see how Sawyer's back knee is turning. We wanna try and keep it as parallel as we can. There you go. There it is. So now you're feeling that deep, deep stretch, yeah? Don't baby yourself. The goal in your split is to not let your back knee be down. You actually want it to be up. If it is down, it's okay, they're still feeling the stretch, but the goal is for it to be up, yeah? Then you want to sit as tall as you can. See how Reagan's leaning over? Your goal is to be sitting up so that all the weight is dropping down into the hips, yeah? Because when you lean over, you don't get a full stretch in that back leg, okay? So good, let's hold it for 10, I know. Pain. You want a deep stretch, parents? You want to be really brutal to them? I'm going to put my sleeves on my hands so we aren't touching. Good, grab my sleeves. There you go, there you go. And let them just drop their weight down. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reagan's so glad she came. And then shake it out. Good. So now we're gonna switch sides, yeah? So switch, let's start with our runner's lunge, you guys. So Reagan, you'll have your left leg up. Sawyer, you'll have your right leg up. Make sure the front knee is right over the front ankle. Hands will be on the mat, yep. And back leg is super duper straight. So this stretch is for the back leg of your front split. So your front leg is actually getting some release too in that hip flexor with the way you have your body weight on your leg. But the primary stretch is for the front of that back leg. Super straight in the knee. Good. And then keeping your leg straight, super duper straight, don't let it bend. Try to drop your bottom down towards the floor 10 times. 1, keep your leg straight. 9, drop your booty. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Gently lower your back knee. Good. Send your bottom backwards. And again, parents, you're looking at their hips. Are they level? Are they tilted? You want them level. And try to stretch over. Good. Now, your bottom is not straight. So straighten up your tushy. There you go. Front leg is super duper straight. Again, this is a chance to be humble, dancers. You're not trying to show off for anybody. So make sure you're straight. Some dancers may be so tight that they can't lean over at all. It just kind of becomes this, but they're feeling the stretch. As long as you're feeling it, that's all that matters. So now this stretch is for that front hamstring, which is for your front leg. Your back leg of your split's not really getting a lot. Your front legs are. Feeling that hamstring. Good. You guys feeling that stretch? And if you can flatten out your back, that's ideal. Now put your hands down on the floor. Now you're gonna leave your front heel where it is and gently slide out your back leg. Good, and again, our goal is to not have our knee on the floor. The goal would actually be, let me be mean for a second, to tuck your toe. There you go, and lift your knee off the floor. That's your goal, right? And then still have your hips down, okay? Good, so again, sitting straight up, front leg is straight. Good, good, I know. And if you need yoga blocks to put under your hands because you can't sit straight like that, that's okay. But do you guys see how much energy you're holding in your knee? That's when you put weight into your knee, you're not allowing the hips to push down with the gravity. So your goal is to kind of lift that knee and drop the hips down. Yeah, which is helpful when you stand up and over it, yeah? There we go, let's see what we got, Ray. Grabbing, grabbing. Try to let those legs slide open. Try to feel that back leg push away from you. 10, 9, good Sawyer, stay straight up if you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done, you guys. Shake it off. Good. All right, so the middle split can be done the same way. The big thing that kids like to do in their middle splits, parents, is they don't like to have their heels in line with their bottom. So the best way to fix that is if they're up against the wall. Who wants to show it? All right, go Reagan. I saw Reagan's hand first. So if they're up against a wall, any wall is fine. They're gonna turn this way. Make sure their heels and their bottoms are against the wall as they slide down. They go as low as they can. Yes. And then don't let them arch their back. Try to keep tucking your pelvis because that's where you want the weight to drop, is in the hips and in the pubic bone. You don't want it to be dropping in the ribs so that their ribs and belly are touching and their hips are lifted. Yeah? Tucking, tucking, tucking. Good girl. Try not to curl your toes. You see, yes, there you go. Good. And her bottom and her heels are against the wall. That's so much better, Reagan. Good girl. And you're tucking your pelvis. Breathe. Oh, man. That's awesome. And gently come out. Good. All right, so Reagan showed that one, so sorry I get to show the oversplit. So, put one leg up on the mat. And you can do an oversplit, and you can do it too if you want to, sis. You can put your left leg up. You can put one leg on each mat if you're super flexible. Okay, so same idea. And you can put a yoga block or whatever you're using against the wall and do the same stretch against the wall, but it's just hard to do with the two of us. So, let's go into your straddle split now, girls. So same rules apply. Parents, when you're watching, you want their feet to be in line with their hips. Good. They can be on their hands or on their elbows. The main thing you're looking for is, are they in line? And are they tucking? You don't want their butt to be going up. You want their bottom to be going down. Yeah, so the lowest part, ideally, in addition to their feet, would be their pubic bone and their pelvis. Yeah? Walk those hips forward a little bit more, Reagan. There you go, a little bit more. There you go, good. Let's hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, shake it off. Another stretch that's really good for the working into that straddle, again, parents, whoever's doing the workout with them, can you go to an open frog stretch on your belly? Do you know what I'm talking about? Can you do that for me? You can do it too, Reagan, if you want. Good, now be on your hands though for me, sis. Sorry, can you be on your hands? There you go. So this is an open frog. So basically, your hips and your thighs are doing the straddle, but you aren't putting tension in your knees. So if the kids complain about their knees, this is a good alternative for now until they get a little bit lower. Parents, you're gonna take your hands, you're gonna turn them like this. You're gonna literally put them at the top of their pelvis, so right above their bottom, and then you're gonna take it and you're gonna kind of roll their bottom under, yeah? So you're gonna kind of force their pelvis to tuck and drop. And then you're just gonna put a consistent push on it, yeah? And it's a pretty deep stretch. Hold it. I can do this because she's my own. I'm just kidding, I do it to all of them, don't I, Reagan? Good, she's tucking your pelvis, good. But you wanna make sure you do that roll because otherwise when you put weight on their pelvis and they're arching their back, number one, they're fighting against you. Number two, they could strain their lower back, right? Or pop something out in their hips. You just want to make sure that, again, you're encouraging the lowest part to be in their pubic bone and in their pelvis. Yeah? Let me push on you too. You're glutton for punishment. So again, fingers out, thumbs forward, top of the pelvis, kind of roll it down and through. You guys are getting much of this. Very good. Okay. All right, so that's pretty good for our splits and our hips. If you guys do that every day, that would be great. All right, thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.